Y'all know I don't get on here and I don't do a lot of TikToks, but today I was absolutely sickened by something that was shared by me or shared to me by a good friend on Facebook. She lives in Bennetville, South Carolina, where the county school system is the Marlboro County High School. At that school, they have an ego-tripping principal. Now, these are teenagers. We're talking, what? You're in high school, so your age is 14, 15-ish through 18. Okay? Children, young adults, old enough to understand school. Like, hey, if I'm tardy, I'm late, I sign myself in, I go into school, etc., etc. Well, the principal that they have there, Mr. Johnson, has enacted a new set of rules that if you're late as a high school student, you had to have a parent or guardian physically walk you into the school and sign you in. Now, I understand middle school, elementary school, that's absolutely needed because a child needs a parent with them. Once you hit your freshman year of high school, these children are transitioning themselves into the adult world. In the 90s, okay, I graduated in the 90s. If we were late to school, we signed ourselves in. The school called our parents, hey, such and such student was late on such and such day, and notes were mailed home. Nowadays, with all the blast calls they can make, emails, I don't understand where this principal is coming from. Locking children outside of the school. Physically locking them outside the school, making them wait outside till a parent or guardian comes back. So if they drive themselves, then they have to wait for a parent. Or if that parent was running late to work because they overslept. I mean, come on, guys, life happens. Accidents, flat tires, mechanical issues. Sometimes you're late. But he makes these children stand outside. It was like 16 degrees in South Carolina this morning. 16 degrees, and he's got these students standing outside. Let them in the door. If they have to wait for the parent to come back and sign them in, sit them in the cafeteria. If there's an auditorium, sit them in the auditorium. Sit them in the office until a parent comes back. But finding out from another parent at Marlboro County High School that about a week ago, there was a gun at school. And a student threatening to shoot up the school to the fact that they were kept out of school for several days due to this incident. And yet this man-child of a principal, ego-tripping principal, locks and allows them to be locked outside of the school, knowing these threats are there. So what if that other student didn't get the mental help they needed, and they decided today was the day they were going to come back and shoot up the school? These poor students are left vulnerable outside the school. They can't get into safety because he won't let them in, because they don't have mommy and daddy there. Come on, guys. They're teenagers. Give them a little responsibility. They sign in late. There's detention. It's habitual, so in-school suspension. Truly habitual? Turn them into the juvenile authorities. Suspend them from school. I mean, come on. Do not leave them vulnerable, locked outside of a building. What's going to happen when one of those young ladies I saw locked outside that school today gets abducted and gets raped and murdered because he wouldn't let them in the school? Or because they decide that they can't get in the school, they're going to walk somewhere to get warm and they're abducted. I mean, seriously, come on. Granted, stuff has to come back on parents. Hey, if you know your child's late, you got them in the car, get out of the car, walk in with them, be a parent. But at the same time, shame on the school system for leaving them in a vulnerable position. It was bad enough the parent did it. Why are you doing it too? I mean, come on. I do believe the policy there needs to be changed. I think Mr. Johnston needs to be held accountable. And the parent that did finally get them in the building, it wasn't, she was running late because she had mechanical issues with her car. Her daughter was a couple minutes late as well, but she walked her in the school. She did what was right. But the principal got upset because this parent let these other children inside because she was being a good parent. She was being a good person. I can't get this through everybody. I cannot say this enough. Do not punish these children because parents aren't following policy. Not only that, but your policy is ignorant. They're teenagers. They can sign themselves in. Now, I would understand if they were signing themselves out. Yeah, mom and dad's got to come into the building, sign you out, have a great day. But to come into school, and you guys ignore Gizmo. He's talking because mommy's all worked up. And if this was my child, they'd be hearing from my lawyer. Because, I've got a child that's very shortly going to be driving himself. Mine are homeschooled. This is one of the big reasons I homeschool my children. I can't deal with schools policies anymore, and it's not just this one, it's several. Now, my children do not attend Marlboro County High School. Don't even live that close. My friend lives 45 minutes away from me, okay? But I'm going to give these kids a voice. I'm going to be their voice. I'm going to act like today that these are my children. Because your child, my child, I will defend them like they are mine. And I am defending these children today. I am standing up for these children. I will make sure their voices are heard and that they are safe. You know what? The principal can call me. I'll drive my ass 45 minutes down the road and I'll sign those students in. I'll stand there every morning and walk every one of those students in and sign them in myself. I may not be their parent, but I'll make sure they're inside that school and they're safe. And if one baby's life is saved because I did this, great. How many other parents want to come with me? Let's get a line outside that school. And every morning we'll walk a student in and we'll sign them in if their mom and dad can't do it. If you're a Marlboro County student or you're a parent and you have issues and you can't get in that door, hit me up. I'll get down there. I'll help you out. I wouldn't want your baby left outside because I wouldn't want mine left outside. Let's see what we can do to help these babies. Let's fix this problem. Marlboro County, do better.